When your money's out there making money for you and it's paying you a return, it opens up a lot to you. Travel, time with children, time with grandchildren, time on the golf course. What you're really trying to get to is an environment where your money is making you money, probably while you're still making money. Okay, well, look, my mission is to actually help people do what I could not have done myself originally. So we spent a long time working. I was a complete workaholic. The first 3 years of our own business, we never had a day off. And ultimately, I kind of worked myself into a corner. And when we started making money and trying to figure out what to do with it, which nobody was teaching us how to do that, by the way, we really got into a situation where we were like, what else can we do to provide for a life that is outside of an office?
We sold our company back in May of 2023, and when we got our payout from that company, we're like, we have this set amount of money. Now we have to make sure that that money's making us money. We're like, oh, we look great on paper, we have a high net worth. The last time I went to my refrigerator, I couldn't eat net worth. When we're lending out money to individuals that are fixing and flipping homes, they are actually providing the lifeblood for us to actually live on, and it'll be the same exact way for you.
At the Wealth Mission Group, my favorite thing to ask is, what is your wealth mission? We can ask kind of what your big dreams are if you won the lottery, but what is your wealth mission? Because that is truly obtainable.
We're going to provide you with consistent monthly cash flow, ACH'd every single month right into your bank account. We used to call that mailbox money, but nobody mails money anymore. You actually get it electronically transferred right into your bank account, so you can count on it like clockwork.
We are the bank instead of just being someone who owns the property and has to wait for it to sell in order to get our return. The bank always makes the money. So we take funds from investors, pool it together, and serve as a private lender to experienced real estate operators, including fix and flippers, small developers, and repurposers of commercial real estate. We don't buy the projects, we fund them.
We're able to bring not only something that is about passive income or appreciation, but something that can bring more money to your pockets monthly and more consistently. If you have a portfolio that is lacking in cash flow, this is the missing puzzle piece that is designed to deliver that consistent monthly income.
If time and money was not a concern, what would you be doing? And those are the things that people really want out of their life. It's just we all get bogged down with what we have to do and forget what we want to do. And really what we all want is a mission to give back, to provide, to leave a legacy. Those are things that we want to be known for. If you're looking to discover the best way for your wealth to be on a mission, let's have a conversation. When your money's out there making money for you and it's paying you a return, it opens up a lot to you. Travel, time with children, time with grandchildren, time on the golf course. What you're really trying to get to is an environment where your money is making you money, probably while you're still making money. Okay, well, look, my mission is to actually help people do what I could not have done myself originally. So we spent a long time working. I was a complete workaholic. The first 3 years of our own business, we never had a day off. And ultimately, I kind of worked myself into a corner. And when we started making money and trying to figure out what to do with it, which nobody was teaching us how to do that, by the way, we really got into a situation where we were like, what else can we do to provide for a life that is outside of an office?
We sold our company back in May of 2023. And when we got our payout from that company, we're like, we have this set amount of money. Now we have to make sure that that money's making us money. We're like, oh, we look great on paper. We have a high net worth. The last time I went to my refrigerator, I couldn't eat net worth. When we're lending out money to individuals that are fixing and flipping homes, they are actually providing the lifeblood for us to actually live on. And it'll be the same exact way for you.
At the Wealth Mission Group, my favorite thing to ask is, what is your wealth mission? We can ask kind of what your big dreams are if you won the lottery, but what is your wealth mission? Because that is truly obtainable.
We're going to provide you with consistent monthly cash flow, ACH'd every single month right into your bank account. We used to call that mailbox money, but nobody mails money anymore. You actually get it electronically transferred right into your bank account, so you can count on it like clockwork.
We are the bank instead of just being someone who owns the property and has to wait for it to sell in order to get our return. The bank always makes the money. So we take funds from investors, pool it together, and serve as a private lender to experienced real estate operators, including fix and flippers, small developers, and repurposers of commercial real estate. We don't buy the projects, we fund them.
We're able to bring not only something that is about passive income or appreciation, but something that can bring more money to your pockets monthly and more consistently. If you have a portfolio that is lacking in cash flow, this is the missing puzzle piece that is designed to deliver that consistent monthly income.
If time and money was not a concern, what would you be doing? And those are the things that people really want out of their life. It's just we all get bogged down with what we have to do and forget what we want to do. And really what we all want is a mission to give back, to provide, to leave a legacy. Those are things that we want to be known for. If you're looking to discover the best way for your wealth to be on a mission, let's have a conversation.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Maria Marks. I just wanted to say how thankful and grateful I am that you are all here to be with all of us tonight. We are talking about the wealth strategy that financially pays you. So it's very exciting, and we're so excited to have you here today. Whether you're a physician, a nurse, a healthcare executive, or supporting someone who is one of those, this is for you. We're going to talk about something that most of us were never taught, and that's how to make your money work harder than you do. And that's without buying more properties or seeing any more patients. So, like I said, my name is Maria, and yes, I was a nurse. I worked in the operating room a few years ago. Actually, I worked during COVID, and it was, as most of you know, if you've been in the hospital during that time, it was not a fun time to be there. It is what took me out of physically being in the hospital, but I did it, and I understand the struggles that all of us and you guys are facing when you're working those hard shifts. We wanted predictable income. We wanted returns without all the headaches. I mean, I remember just working so many hours back to back, especially during COVID, that I spent more time with people I worked with and my patients than I did with my own family. And it's a difficult thing to do, but it's what you do when you have that giving spirit, and it's what you want to do for the rest of your life. So I understand, I hear you, but that's why this webinar is for you. So wealth and freedom, it's not your net worth, because if you watch that video from the beginning, if you were here and we were watching a little bit about our mission at the Wealth Mission Group, as Mike said, you can't eat net worth. I wish you could, because that'd be so easy, right? It'd be so much fun to be able to just write a check with net worth and just pay for dinner like that, but you can't. And you don't need a 40-year plan to get wealthy. And that's really why I wanted to show all of you about that today and show you that, like, it's not just about wealth, it's about freedom. And freedom isn't just for someday. It's about waking up and knowing that your bills are paid off, even if you take a break, or even if you're not working at the hospital. What would it mean to you if you didn't have to go and work a 12-hour shift, or you didn't have to go and work the weekend when you could be at home with your family? So it's that sense of mind, that peace, and maybe there's a solution. And that's what we wanted to talk about. So the harsh reality of the open market is the stocks go through these highs, which they call booms, and then these sharp corrections or crashes, which are called busts. At about 50% loss requires 100% gain just to break even. And I am not a stock person. If you are, congratulations, but it's something that's kind of stresses me out. So when I'm thinking about the stock market, it's so hard because you can't know what your money is doing for you, and it's not going to help you if you're not able to really predict that money and you don't have a consistent monthly income coming in. So there's different types of vehicles when it comes to investing. And so we just talked a little bit about the stock market, but there's different types of investments that you can go to. So there's that money market, there's a 5-year treasury, there's the stocks, and you can kind of see if you put in $1.5 million, kind of how it performs across these vehicles. And when someone says you really need to diversify your assets, what does that actually look like? If you put your money in a money market or a CD, is that really going to be getting you the monthly returns that you really wanted to see? If you are putting this big amount of money in, is that going to be changing it for you? We want consistent passive cash flow backed by real estate, because we don't want this roller coaster of knowing whether or not we're going to get these big paydays from the stock market or from another vehicle. So just kind of show the differences that we're seeing. But when it comes to your income, I really love to talk about the differences in your income buckets. So we have number one, and that's your active income. It's your W-2. It's that income that is coming to you because of how much work you're putting in. And that's definitely what you're doing every day. That's bucket number one. And bucket number two is that passive cash flow, that money that pays you monthly, even when you're not working. And that one is kind of a harder bucket to fill, and that's where we come in. So we'll get to that one in a second. That long-term bucket, though, that is the kind of long-term wealth that you kind of set it on the shelf and set it and forget it. And it will come back to you later, but it's not something that you're going to be getting and acting on at this moment. This is the wealth that you're going to give to your children or to your family. And this is wealth that's going to be going later on in life. So if you think about what's going to be helping you today, monthly, getting money into your account, other than how much you're doing at your job, it's bucket two. It's that passive cash flow. It's a hard thing to kind of shift and think about, but it's that money that pays you even when you take a break, even when you're gone for a weekend, or even when you don't want to show up for a shift. So then what is that cash flow? It's not just the margin, it's the bridge between how you're actually living and what you've actually built for yourself. I mean, think if you had this really fancy car, if you had a Ferrari in your garage, but the gas and the insurance and the payments on it alone, you can't even drive it. What's the fun of that? You want to be able to live off of the money that you're making, live the life that you actually can live. That's what this cash flow can do. You can live what you've built. And it's the freedom from that built month to month bills and how you can pay them every time. So who are we? I know I didn't really talk about it from the beginning, but I gave a little bit about me. My name is Maria Marks. I have my other partners here with me. We've got Michael Guthrie and Samantha Guthrie, and the three of us are Wealth Mission Group. And we have a lot of assets that we can bring together. We've put in a lot of capital into other forms of real estate, and we have $2.3 billion assets under management. It's around 13,200 doors in our portfolio across 48 different properties. But the number that I love the most is that 60% investor return. That means that people just like you have trusted us enough that they want to reinvest with us. And that's a huge thing to talk about, especially for those of you who are in the healthcare industry. Trust is our job. Your patients trust you so much. They trust you to give them the best care that you can. That's what we want to give to our investors. And we want to make sure that they trust us so much that they'll want to keep reinvesting with us. So that number, that 60% of return investors, is huge. And it's one that I will constantly be proud of more than the other numbers on the screen. But that's what makes Wealth Mission Group a group that I'm proud to be a part of. So why Arizona? Most of us, everyone on our team, except for me, live in Arizona. So it's a great location and we know it. We know the location. We know the investors. We know the properties and we know the demand of Arizona. It's business and builder friendly. It's where our lenders are, it's where our properties are, it's where everything is. So all of our properties and investments are all happening in Arizona. You don't have to be in Arizona to invest in it, but it's why we're containing it to just Arizona for this fund. We might move outside of Arizona later, but Arizona is where we are right now. Now, I don't want to just tell you to invest your money without showing you that we've actually proven this. This is Michael Guthrie's portfolio that he's already deployed. I'm talking for him. I know he's here, but if he wants to jump in, he can. This is what he's invested in a fund just like this one. And he is getting $12,500 per month. And I mean, it's a lot that we can say that. We're saying that on it. It's a proven structure that we know we invest in it so much that that's why we want to bring it to you guys. And that's money that could be paying for bills. It could pay for groceries. It could pay for your rent. It could pay for the shiny new car that's going to be in your garage very, very soon. It could pay for any of those things. But what would that mean to you to have that extra income? Well, it's right here on the screen, and we can actually show you that the proof is in what we're doing. And that's why we're so excited about it. So how does it work? Investors, just like you put money into our fund. That fund buys properties or makes improvements on the properties in the fund. The borrowers pay some interest, and then those payments come back to you as monthly cash flow. It's just like a savings account. It is coming to you every month on the same day to your account, no matter what. That's why I like this. It's not contingent on whether the properties are doing a certain way. It's not contingent on whether they look correct or how they are performing. It doesn't matter. That's what's so great about this fund, is that you are getting consistent monthly cash flow no matter what. And this is my favorite. Who gets paid first? You guys. I mean, what's the best part of that is no matter what, you're still getting paid first. So investors are the first lien on the position if a borrower does default. And as we've looked this up in the past in Arizona, I think it's about anywhere from 7 to 10% that it's happened before. So the defaults actually happen. But if that does happen, we have that backing behind us. Like I showed you with all the properties that is in our portfolio that we've done together, we could take over the property if we need to. But we are partnering with people who have maybe never done that, or haven't defaulted in such a long time that we really do trust them. It's that relationship that we're building with our partners and making sure that we're putting your money into properties that we also trust as well. So if a default happens, I don't want to say it never does, because never say never, but it could happen, but it doesn't matter, because if it does, we then get to take ownership of that property. That's the exciting part. So it's a stress-free investing. There's no properties to manage. Well, on our side, we're not deal hunting. We're not doing any of the contractor calls. We're not dealing with the tenants. We're not dealing with any of the termites or anything that could be happening on a monthly basis. We are just sitting back and relaxing and collecting that monthly income, which is awesome. So we only lend when the numbers make sense. And this is kind of going back to what I was saying with being the first position. We have capital that is focused. Our loans make up to 70% of the property value. We have carefully vetted our partners when we go into finding properties for the portfolio. We want to make sure that we've vetted every person that we talk to, make sure it fits our specifications first. Again, it's all about making sure this is the safest option for everyone. And we have the strong collateral with hard assets. Real estate is our asset that we're backing. So let's talk about what you will be seeing. This fund was built with you guys in mind. Based on how much you invest would be what your returns are getting. So if you invest $50,000, that's an 8% annualized return. That's cash on cash return. That is annualized to your bank account every single month. And if you want a little breakdown of what that can look like, this is what it would be. Every little amount going into your account every month. That's a monthly and yearly total for you. It also, when you invest, your money gets deployed within 60 days. And then once that happens, you just keep it in for a year. And then you just have to give us 60 days notice before you take it out, or you can reinvest it. So if you really want to picture this, if you put in $250,000 and you put this into our fund, that would be giving you $1,800 every month. What would that do for you? How would that change? If you really think about it, what would that be doing to your bank account every month to see that extra income coming in? Would that pay for groceries? Would that pay for a car? Would that just pay for an extra cushion? Or maybe you'd be going out more. Maybe you'd be taking that trip that you've always wanted to take. Maybe, but like I said earlier, someday can't happen until you get started. And that's why we are so excited to have that option and have the opportunity that we do with this whole cash flow fund. So what's the point of dying with millions if you never lived like you had them? Always waiting for someday, for the weekend, or for life that has slipped away. So like Mike has said here, I don't want you to miss out on opportunities waiting for a time that you can spend that money that you've been saving. Now is the time. Let's make some extra cushion in your bank account and take back control of your cash flow. So, do you have any questions? I'd love to open it up to all of you guys. See if you have any questions. Let's talk about it and see if there's something that we can help you out with. Come on, I can't be that good. Yep, you can put them here in the chat, or you can actually put them in the Q&A portion, whichever is easiest if you have any. But if you'd like to just have a conversation with us, you can scan that QR code that is on your screen, or go to our website, which is thewealthmissiongroup.com. And you can see more about the fund. You can schedule a call with myself or with Mike, and we can talk more about the fund. You can also get a link to our fund page if you are ready to make a decision. So it's all up to you. Awesome. Okay, I think we do have one question. Yeah, go ahead. All right, so we have a question. When are we taking deposits? We're taking them now. We wanted to have a little sense of urgency. We do have a few properties that we'd like to put in the fund now. So to get those in now, we'd like to have you if we can. So we're taking any deposits now, and then we can help you get that turned around so you can start getting that monthly income into your account. Not with this. Unfortunately, when we were thinking about the buckets, if you go back to that one slide when we're talking about the buckets, you have your W-2 and then your long-term wealth. That one is where you're going to get the tax credit, the help with your taxes. But this one is more for the cash flow for right now. And that's the positive of having a cash flow fund, is that you're not going to be getting any tax advantages from that. But if you do have some questions, let's hop on a call so that we can see where you need the tax decrease, and maybe we could see how we can help you out.
So Con had a question here. He missed the initial piece of the presentation. What we're doing, Con, is we have a fund where we are loaning money to fix and flippers. We don't loan any more than 75% loan to purchase price. So the fix and flipper has a 25% margin of their own skin in the game, which actually lowers our default rate down into the low single, like 1 or 2%, because they do have such a significant amount of skin in the game. So the risk on these are very, very low. And we are actually acting as a bank and loaning this money out to people that can't get traditional financing in a 2 to 3 day period when they're requesting it. So it's fairly risk-free. It's not 100% risk-free, but if we did have to repossess the property, that's why we're doing it in Arizona alone. It's less than a 60-day process to get the property back. And we do have our own contractors that could fix the property and get it repurposed and ready for sale so that we can continue making our interest payments to you, our investor.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your questions. If you have any more, I'd love to schedule a time to talk, or you can ask them here. I know sometimes it's hard to want to talk on these calls. I understand. So yeah, you can go to thewealthmissiongroup.com that Michael's just put into the chat, and then you can head and get our more information about our fund, get more information about how to invest, and then you can book a call with us as well. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We do appreciate all of you for being here with us today. We know that it takes a lot to do what you do, and anytime that you can give us back is amazing. So thank you so much. And we do appreciate you being with us tonight. So have a great rest of your evening. We hope to be helping you have some cash flow in your bank account soon. Thank you guys.